Hi guys, it's Sophie. So today I'm going to be sharing my October TBR with you. So there's going to be a bit of a theme running through this TBR. It's October. I love October. I love it for the weather, I love it because it's Halloween, I love it because it's the time when all the dark and creepy things come out, I love it because I can watch horror movies and no one kind of judges that. I just really like October. And this isn't as autumnal as it should be. I feel like I should have got some leaves in or something. But I'm filming this straight after work so I didn't have the chance. But hopefully this is exciting anyway. So the first one I have is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rea. This is the proof copy. The real one has a bird on it. And this is a good old kind of murder mystery. It's been compared quite a lot to The Secret History because it takes place in an elite arts college, sort of theatre college, and the reason why I was drawn to this one is because it plays with lots of Shakespeare characters and sort of dramatic, I guess, like devices as part of its plot. So there's kind of references and allusions to Shakespeare throughout. So I think it sounds really good. And it's a little bit of a chunky one, but I think it's going to be quite a quick read. And yeah, I've had this one knocking around for a little bit and it's such a good excuse to finally read it. And the next one I have is actually somewhat similar. It's Station 11 by Emily St John Mandel. And this follows an acting troupe after an apocalyptic virus, I think, has struck America, and they, I think, were kind of performing before but then decided to go around this kind of strange post-apocalyptic world doing Shakespeare. So yeah, I've heard really good things about this. I'm still a bit nervous about it, but I thought that October is the perfect month to be reading that kind of thing. And the next one is one that I was gifted by a friend, and this is The Turn of the Screw and Other Stories by Henry James. Now, I've read The Turn of the Screw. I read it when I was probably about 12, 13. And it creeped me out at the time. I read it along with like the yellow wallpaper. I read both, because they had both in my library at school. But I haven't read it since, and I thought some old school horror would be good for this month. And yeah, I just want to see what I think of it really, whether it kind of freaks me out in the same way it did when I was younger. I don't remember much or anything really of the story anymore. And I think there's other short stories in here as well. Yeah, so there are 3 other stories in here, so I think that'll be good. So it'll be a little bit of new, a little bit of old, yeah, and just some more vintage stuff too. And the next one is another one I was sent for review, and this one is Broadcast by Liam Brown. And this is kind of sci-fi, I suppose, which again I kind of think slightly ties in with the theme. And this is described as a Truman-like nightmare for the YouTube generation, which is what completely sold it to me, as well as the pretty cover. Proof copy again, I'm not quite sure what the actual one looks like, but I hope it looks something similar. And this is about a man who becomes part of this kind of, I don't know if it's a television show, yeah, like an online show, in which he basically live streams his thoughts to the world, and the whole world kind of knows more about him than they do anyone else, and it's about his life and the impact he's having on everyone else's lives. Yeah, so it's a really short little one, and I haven't read sci-fi in a long time, so hopefully I enjoy it. And the next one you'll have seen if you watched my recent haul, and this one is Crash by J.G. Ballard. This is a book in which basically a guy determines that his sexual fetish is car crashes and the carnage of that and the death in that, and he starts to engineer car crashes himself, looking for this ideal sexual thrill. It looks really dark, and looking forward to getting to it. I've seen it around for a really long time. Another slightly old school one is We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. Now, I've never read any Shirley Jackson before, but everyone seems to just love her. She's going through a real kick on YouTube at the moment. And this is the one that kind of people seem to like the most. It's also another little short one, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know much about it, and I kind of want to keep this one fairly blind because I don't really know much about her in general and her style and her storytelling, so yeah, I think it should be really good. And the next one is a collection of short stories. It is Trickery by Roald Dahl. So yeah, dark short stories. I've really enjoyed the other collections that I've read. This is the new one of the 4. War, Innocence, Fear and Trickery are the new ones. So yeah, just a little bit of something different, I guess, in there. Another classic, I have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. I was gifted this one by a friend as well. I've actually never read it. I didn't realise it was so small, or maybe I would have read it. But yeah, so I don't think I need to explain this one to you guys. But I thought, you know, I'm really excited to just read loads of creepy stuff, I think, in October, and just kind of dive into that a little bit. The next one is another kind of more modern crime novel, and this one is The Murder of Holland by Pierre Jules, and this is one I was sent for review by Periam Press, and I believe it's about, yeah, so it's about a murder that happens in a really small town, and I guess the influence that has on that town, as well as the murder itself, but we'll see. I've heard that this one is not quite what you expect, so it's kind of high hopes, I guess, for this one. And then the last one that I have on my October TBR is a new release. It is My Absolute Darling by Gabriel Tallent. I've heard only good things about this one so far. I think it's either about a man who's preparing his daughter for the apocalypse which happens, or an apocalypse that doesn't happen, but I don't know. It sounds just really good. The cover is stunning. I just love how it's all put together, and I saw this one and I just kind of gravitated back to it, even though I knew I wasn't supposed to be buying anything else. I was like, I just need to get that one. So yeah, those are the books I'm going to be reading in October. I'm really happy that I have so many books that are like appropriate for that month in my TBR, because it means I'm really going to get to kind of experience that October feeling without buying loads more books, especially because I am rapidly coming toward the end of the year. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into all of them. Let me know down below in the comments if there's any that you have read and loved. And let me know if you have picked up My Absolute Darling yet, because I know a lot of people have, and if so, kind of just squee about it. Don't spoilers, but just squee a little bit for me, because I'm really excited for it. So I hope you're well. I hope you're looking forward to reading creepy things in the month of October, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!